asknow.org. This is going to be in the description below. Sorry, and this shows you what current gas is: fast, rapid, standard, slow. So this is usually the number you're going to want to look at, the fast number. During a drop, you're probably going to want to look at the random number. Here we go. All right, how's it going, everybody? I'm going to try to make this as quick and concise as possible so that you don't have to spend a bunch of time here learning too much about gas before you can get into your drop. So I've noticed there's not a lot of good resources for gas stuff, so just getting into this using Brave browser here. So here we have this is ethgasstation.info. Try to include that link on the bottom here. It shows gas prices. We can refresh this. There we go. Current gas prices. So if we went fast is 14. Up top here we have this is tax street. So right in here you have addresses. You can follow addresses in the search bar up here. Pretty fantastic. Each block is a bus. Each transaction is a person. These are the current prices. It shows Bitcoin too. Pretty nifty. 15 GUI, 12 GUI, 11 GUI. These are great resources for knowing what you need to set gas at on the Ethereum network as it is right now. At least until I think maybe EIP 1559 is implemented, something like that. Here we have ethereumgasprice.org/gas. This shows you price charts and gas prices by time of day, so you can see which times are congested and which aren't, in case you want to figure out how to time drops. But these are the two most important things in your gas journey. Three most important things. So here's MetaMask, right? You see this? It's in the bottom panel here. So I have a couple stuck transactions right now. I have 7 queues. I just queued up a ton of dream loops. They're awesome. Don't get into them. They're too cheap and addicting, and what you can do with them is amazing. But I'm not plugging them or anything. So anyways, I have a stuck transaction. I can see, right? I put these in at 13 GUI. Notice here is a speed up button. Okay, here's view on Etherscan. So notice it's unable to locate the transaction. So show you how to deal with that. But first off, things you're going to want to do: go into settings. Okay, advanced settings. This is important for a drop. Advanced gas controls, turn it on. That's what you definitely want, that. And then here, customize transaction nonce. You're going to want to turn that on. Okay. So it should be good. We'll go back. Now, very important. Click the speed up button here, and there's these options. Notice the price difference. So I'm not going to deal with this at all right here. Okay, I'm going to go here and I'm going to click 14.3. Okay, this gives me an idea of why it's spending what it's spending, right? So if you want decent speed, you go between these two. 77, right? But if you look at the gas price here, 16 GUI gets you through the next block, then 15, then 14. So if we want to do this fast, we want to speed it up by a couple, whatever this top one is, maybe 1 over or the same. Or now we could set it to 14. The problem here is because it's a speed up. If I try to change it even to 14, I'll likely get an error. Maybe not, because it was a stuck transaction. So boom, went through. Now I can speed it up again. So let's speed it up to 15. Whoops, not 115, but 15. Right. Sometimes the speed up button doesn't show up here. Sometimes it doesn't show up here. And when it doesn't, it usually shows up down here in the transaction log, all the way scrolled down. So we got that transaction through. We go. Yeah, okay, we got that transaction through on 14 GUI. These are set for 13 GUI. If you look at Tax Street up here, I am following my address so I can see what's queued up. Boom, transaction went through. Get the MetaMask ping. This pings you. Tax Street. taxstreet.com. It's great. The problem is, if you are on a shitty computer or a shitty connection, TX Street uses a lot of RAM. If you are on a decent computer and a good connection, you should be fine. Otherwise, you should use ethgasstation.info, which is this bottom one here, and gasnow.org. You can see we got through that one through fairly quickly on 14Y. I might have another stuck transaction, maybe not. Let's see. And click here to go to Etherscan. Yep, stuck. So what do? We just speed it up. I'm gonna do 14 again. Whoops. Sometimes it doesn't really work out. Because it will error if you try to do too little over what you have. Well, it'll put it at some decimal or something, but otherwise usually good. And then yeah, so nonce is the number here. Nonce, that is the transaction tied to your account. So nonce 1103 in here has to go before nonce 1104. If the transaction is stuck, here we go, it's pending, right? Cancel, pending. I can't, oh my god, I can't speed it up. Speed up transaction here at the bottom, okay? If this does not show up, you can create another transaction, and this is really important. With custom nonce, you can create another transaction, and while you're doing that, you can set the nonce. I can't really show an example right here. I might be able to include one after the fact, but you set the nonce essentially in a new transaction to this nonce of your stuck transaction. It will send out a new transaction. Sometimes that is way more clutch during a drop than trying to just speed it up. Transaction went through. If you want Etherscan, oh no, another stuck transaction. Also how you cancel transaction. Drop and replace with low gas instead of high gas. Near the end of a drop. 14 BAYC, didn't have to do fast. When you get to this stage, you cannot speed up this transaction. You have to wait until the first transaction goes through, or you can speed it up. Notice the speed up locations on MetaMask. Here, up here, and down here. If those don't appear, custom nonce, like I showed, gas. Like if you have something set for 50 GY and it's nearing the end of the drop and you need to cancel the transaction, send a new transaction with the same nonce as the transaction you want to cancel and a very low GY amount. You will save yourself a lot while the network is congested and during gas wars to cancel transactions. It's the cheap way, but it's not that difficult. So here's our transaction going into his bus. I think I queued about 200 transactions. So I think that's about it, and if I think of anything, I will add it